Hi, today we are going to see three important topics of object-oriented programming in Python: classes, objects, and constructor. These are the main building blocks when we want to write neat and efficient code. So why object-oriented programming? Yeah, we know programs are set of instructions to work with data. When we write small programs, it is easy to write and understand. But when the program becomes big, it is really hard. So we need to organize the data and the code. So that's why we use object-oriented programming. What is a class? Class is a collection of objects. It contains variables and methods. The class is defined under a class keyword. The syntax for class is class, class name, colon. In this example, we can see class, class name, colon. The variables are attribute 1 and attribute 2. The method name is method 1. We have written the variable and the method inside the class. What is an object? An object is a real thing we create using a class. It can be something like a person, car, or book. Each object has properties and behaviors. Properties are nothing but the data about the object. For example, name, age, gender, these all come under properties. Behavior. Behavior, these are actions that object can do, such as walking, eating, sleeping. These are the examples for behavior. In this example, we can see a person class. Person class has attributes, that is properties such as name, age, gender, occupation, and behaviors, that is nothing but the functionality like walk, eat, sleep, work. So once we create a class, we can make objects using that class. So the syntax for creating an object is object underscore name equal to class underscore name. For example, we have created a class named person, and for this class we have created an object p1, p1 equal to the class name person. So why do we use classes and objects? We use classes and objects to keep our code neat and organized. Here a class helps us group related data and functions together. For example, instead of writing separate code for each person, we can just create a person class and then create objects like person 1, person 2 and so on. We can reuse the same structure again and again so that it will be easy to handle big problems. So what is a constructor? A constructor is a special function in a class. It runs automatically whenever we create an object. In Python, we use underscore underscore init underscore underscore method. This is a method used as a constructor. It helps us give values to the object when it is created. The word self means this object. Self keyword is the first argument. Every class must have a constructor. Okay, let's see the example program for class and object. Here we have created a class called person. It has a constructor underscore underscore init underscore underscore method. This constructor takes two values, first name and ID. Inside the constructor, we store those values using the object self.firstName and self.id. Then we have defined the function show underscore info. This function prints the name and the id. After defining the class, we have created an object p1 equal to person. Here we have passed the first name and the id. Then we have called the function showInfo using the object p1. This function prints the name. My name is Anand and my id is 101. This is how we use classes, objects and constructor in Python. So today we have learned about classes, objects and constructor, the three basic building blocks of object-oriented programming in Python. I hope it is easy for you to understand and you have a clear idea how to write and use them in the program. Thank you.